Smiley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Sunday, June 26th. So we have the moon in Gemini all day. We are definitely open-minded, open-hearted, a little bit more emotionally detached, which isn't a bad thing. It's going to make us a little bit more open to communicate our new thoughts, our new ideas. Of course, curiosity is peaking. We have a lot of questions. We want a lot of answers. We desire a lot of clarity. And because of this, we are definitely living in our heads, but hopefully we'll take the opportunity to connect with certain people, to have certain conversations, to exchange certain info, and of course, just really validate for us that we have a lot going on. So does everyone else, that we're not alone in this, and that out of some connected conversations, some beautiful aha moments will definitely pop into our heads. So there are 6 different aspects here today. 6 of them involve the moon. Definitely a little bit more of an emotionally intuitive day. The moon is going to conjunct, sit next to, bump into, team up with Venus, who is also in Gemini energy. Now this is going to lighten the vibe just a tad. We have a little bit more of a positive, happy mindset. We're a little bit more open and friendly. We're definitely trying to pluck out the silver linings and stay a little bit more enthusiastic and optimistic about future situations than we have been in the last couple of days. Keep in mind, this is the last day before Neptune goes retrograde, and we are very much in the new moon window. We have that new moon in Cancer taking place on Tuesday, and this is definitely going to highlight for us some back and forth issues. Of course, we have to be uncomfortable, we have to be challenged, we have to be upset a little bit in order to recognize what it is that we're moving away from, and then we jump into the positive energies, using our intuition to discern the truth, to discern a direction. This is a calming energy when we're able to align with our higher selves. So having this little aspect between the moon and Venus is definitely opening us up for communication, for conversation, for a positive mind frame. The moon will be bumping into the sun, though, in a way that would suggest that there might be a situation that pops off in our external circumstances that, of course, we do not have control over, in order for us to realize what it is we need to do from here. So, of course, the moon, our heart space, in Gemini, mental plane, lots of thoughts, lots of ideas, debating certain choices, decisions, directions. The sun illuminating for us what it is that needs our full attention in Cancer energy, emotions, intuition, home, family dynamics, mostly boundaries, where it is that we need to build a brand new foundation in order to protect our emotions, provide ourselves with safety and security. So this particular aspect where it is kind of manifesting outside of our control is definitely going to put us at odds with our heart and our head. For good reason. We have to find a middle ground. This is going to help us find clarity, even if it illuminates for us things that we are just shocked to see, shocked to know, no longer want to experience, no longer want to align with. The moon sextiles Jupiter. Here's an interesting thing though. The moon earlier bumping into Venus, and now the moon sextiling Jupiter. This is a positive energy, just amplifying the earlier energies that Venus kind of brought to us, which is a happy-go-lucky mindset. We're open, we're friendly, we're optimistic. And what's interesting about this is that in a couple of days, we are going to have Venus and Jupiter come together in an aspect that's really going to open up our heart space, show us new opportunities to level up our worth, our value, our confidence. We're going to see new relationships actually take place and anchor in. We're going to see new opportunities to grow, to really expand not only our heart space, but our money matters as well. And this particular aspect of the moon kind of bumping into Jupiter is giving us a little bit of a preview on what we can expect when this particular aspect pops off in a couple of days. It actually follows the new moon in Cancer. So we're definitely working with some beautiful energies under that new moon. We have the moon bumping into Neptune, who, like I said, is preparing to go retrograde. Now, this particular energy is beautiful because this Gemini energy is electric. It's thoughts, it's ideas, it's clarity, it's questions, it's curiosity. The Neptune energy is dreams and creativity, our intuition, our higher selves. And this particular aspect, although kind of, in la la land, is an opportunity for us to see where it is that we can actually bring some of these elements out of our head space, out of our heart space, out of la la land, and actually start working with the qualities and characteristics of these thoughts, of these ideas, so that we can work on a plan strategically and in a calculated way, start bringing certain elements that we wish to manifest to life. The moon will be semi-square Mars. A semi-square is a little bit of a tension point. Mars, the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, our desires, even our anger, is in his place in Aries energy, which fires us up in all the right and maybe sometimes the wrong ways. What we know about air and fire is that if it's controlled, we have a beautiful situation, a very strong fire with passion, with action, with thought, with inspiration, really kind of, leading the way. However, if there's too much thought, too much chatter, too much curiosity, too many wheels a spinning in that headspace, we are going to kind of get that fire, that passion, that inspiration out of control because it doesn't have a direction, it doesn't have a focus, it's not disciplined enough to be controlled. And of course, if there's too much action, too much passion, too much anger, too much let's just say physical energy applied without the direction, without the strategy, without the thought, without the idea, we're going to burn this whole place down and we will burn ourselves out long before we actually see anything manifest. So we want to be a little bit cautious of that. We also have a situation where we can communicate our anger and our frustration. And hopefully we do that in a responsible way instead of throwing an absolute shit show tantrum that Mars in Aries tends to do as well. As long as it's controlled speech, controlled with confidence, controlled with clarity, we actually could project a lot of our frustrations, a lot of our roadblocks, a lot of our fears, a lot of our angers, a lot of our passions, if you will, outside of ourselves, and especially to the people that need to know where it is that our heart and our head is currently at. We're going to wrap up the day with the moon making a very interesting aspect with Pluto. Pluto, again, the great transformer, is retrograde in Capricorn, trying to show us where it is we have to boss up, where it is that we have to step up into a new role of authority, where it is that we've given our power away in the past, and where it is that we need to take that power back. This, although the god of the underworld likes to illuminate pain and suffering and trauma and flashbacks to memories of not so nice situations, it isn't meant for us to get all doom and gloom. It isn't meant for us to set up camp there. It is meant for us to be inspired and motivated and allow that pain, that uncomfortability to act as a catalyst to make sure that we are willing to boss up in ways that we failed to do in the past so that we can take our power back. We can be the leading role in the movie in which is us, and we can find a lot of very beautiful aha moments taking place in our head space and, of course, in our heart space. Pluto is the great transformer, so there's some deep psychological work popping off here, especially with this Gemini energy. We're really kind of, ripping things apart. We are analyzing things. We are asking the right deep-seated questions about ourselves. And the minute that we can shift our mental perspective and our heart space is the minute that we engage the mental plane and the heart space to get that body on the right page so that we can go ahead and start taking the right actions needed in order to transform our external realm to start matching our internal realm.